Hi, this is Mike Zarnock from Diecast X Magazine. We're here at Summer Smash 4 in Rhode Island. I'm here with my good friend Bryan Pope, super customizer. Bryan, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. So, everybody that comes to these events, you know, they're looking at Hot Wheels, they're looking at the production stuff, but some of the really cool things that have happened in the past couple of years is that people like you are customizing Hot Wheels like people would customize their own car. Now, you have a real car. You've had a couple of real cars.
Right. I have a Jeep Wrangler, and I recently had a Corvette, but got rid of it.
Right, but what happened with that Corvette? I mean, how far did that Corvette get customized?
Pretty far. I had went into the motor, had headers, I had a tune, new exhaust, so I customized real cars as well, small ones.
Right, so, but that's the thing. People are customizing toy cars just like they would their real cars, and you've been doing really well with it. I mean, you got Customizer of the Year. You're known all over the world for the toy cars that you do. How did you get into this?
Back in 2003, my brother-in-law had started a little charity called Diecast 911, and what it was we would collect cars and take to hospitals for little kids. So we were asked one time to go to the Wicked Weekend in Connecticut and bring a special car with us. So we customized 100 dairy deliveries and brought them to the show and sold every one of them.
Now, how long did it take? You said 100 dairy deliveries. How long did it take you to do that first bunch?
I'd say it took about 2 months. It was my first go at it.
So 2 months it took you to customize all these cars that you ended up giving away. So tell everybody pretty much what you have to do. I mean, you get a car that's a production car right from Mattel, off the pegs or wherever, and then you have to do what?
Well, first I have to choose a casting that I'd like to use, and at that point the search is on to find the quantity that I need. You know, I have a network of friends that help me do that, and once I've acquired the castings, then the graphic process starts, where I brainstorm different ideas of how I want the graphics to look. Once that's complete, the real work starts. Have to drill all the cars apart. They have to all be stripped of the factory paint.
Now, how do you strip all the paint off them?
I use a special stripper I buy at Advanced Auto. It's called Towel Strip. And basically it's a chemical, I'm not sure the chemical makeup, but when you drop the cars in it, it essentially eats the paint off. You drop it in and then you pull it out, it's nothing but metal after about 30 seconds.
So you're taking all the cars, taking them completely apart, and starting all over again like you would with building a real car?
That's correct. From that point, I essentially make sure the metal is very clean and do the paint process. And after that, the decal process, whether if I'm doing decals or if I'm doing a paint job, would determine how that goes.
Now, I've seen some of the paint jobs that are out there. I mean, decals are cool and all that, but I've seen guys like you and some of the other customizers that I would love to come and do my real car. I mean, you know, you've got base coat, clear coat. I mean, they, you know, amazing work. And a lot of people don't understand the amount of actual custom paint work that go into these toys as they would to a real show car.
That's correct. And it's amazing the detail you can get on the small cars, but as well you can do it on the one-to-one vehicles as well.
So now that you've done, how long have you been doing this?
I've been customizing under the umbrella of Pope Designs. This is my 5th anniversary. As you can see, I have developed a special package for the 5th anniversary. Started in 2006 with Pope Designs, but I had customized a few years prior to that before I started.
Now you've made this a business now.
That's correct. It's grown every year from concept, and my goal is to eventually do this full time, but I don't feel I'm quite there yet.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you know, that you could take something that you love to do as a hobby, make it a business. You travel all over the world, right? I mean, have you been to Japan and some of the other places?
I have not. I've been to Mexico, Canada, and United States. So
pretty much all over the world, except for that way. But
yeah, I would love to get to Japan. That's on my to-do list.
Now you get invited to all these shows, like I do, because of what you do in the die-cast industry.
That's correct. I'm real excited about March of 2012. I've been invited to Brazil, all expenses paid. So I'm really excited about branching out to a new network of collectors and try to get my work broadcast even further.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of collectors and how much it's grown all over the world in the things that we do. And speaking of being invited all over the world, you are also in the Die-Cast Hall of Fame with myself, which is a great honor. And I mean, like I said, just to be inducted into such an organization with what you do that you love to do, so that's totally cool.
Yeah, I'm still in awe of the guys I was surrounded by in the Hall of Fame. Just to be in the same category as those guys is such an honor. Chip Foose, Richard Petty, yourself. I mean, there's just so many great guys in the automotive industry that's in the Hall of Fame, and I feel honored to be in such a great establishment. And
I feel the same way. I'm right there with you, to be with those guys that we idolize. Like Foose, custom car builder and such, and Richard Petty. It's great to be able to do the things that we do and travel all over and bring what we do to all the collectors out there. And that's another cool thing. You get to sit and talk with all the collectors, and you also do custom seminars, right?
That's correct. Normally once a year I'll give a seminar, whether it'll be at, we have under Die-Cast Space we have several shows each year, and normally one time a year I'm asked to do a special seminar, so I always enjoy doing that. Recently last month I did one in Dallas, Texas, and it was a lot of fun.
Now they have a special show. DiecastSpace.com does a special custom con where all the customizers come to one part in the country, and all the pro customizers like you and Chris Walker come and put on seminars. And you have the Pope Experience?
Well, that was one time. It was called the Pope Experience in Orlando, Florida. But now it's really just called a custom seminar.
And what do you guys do when you do this?
Well, it's normally broken up. One guy will do how to paint, one guy will do how to graphics. It's kind of broken apart. And this last show, I was asked to do how to decal and paint.
Now you're going to be on board with us in Die-Cast X magazine, and you're going to do a custom section in the magazine now, right?
That's correct. I'm honored to be asked by you guys to be a part of the magazine. We think we're going to do a custom section each month or each issue, and it'll be a breakdown of, from the start of a project to the finish. Each article will entail different aspects and how to do the casting from concept of graphics all the way to the finished product.
I think that's going to be great, and I think the readers are going to really enjoy that, because we've gotten a lot of requests on doing customs, and a lot of people are starting to do it. My son Chris does a lot of them too. But I think it's a great thing, and I want to welcome you aboard, and I want to thank you very much for doing the interview with me. So, thank you very much. Yep. Bryan Pope.